It's a chapter called Sefina. It's a chapter called All Roads Lead to Sefina.
All right. I was still lying in bed, scrolling through my Twitter feed, sipping coffee, more asleep than awake, when I saw the headline. Soha reveals major secret about Kareena Kapoor's pregnancy. What? When? Where? Who? I couldn't answer any of the 4 basic questions journalists are taught to ask, but I was already panicking. The coffee had turned to mud in my mouth and I was finding it difficult to breathe. I'm usually so careful. I never say anything about Amma, Bhai and Kareena, and especially nothing about the baby. Had I inadvertently let something slip? I sat up and scanned the rest of the article, and the more I read, the more I relaxed. The major secret was that Bhai and Kareena, or Saifina, as they are together referred to, were not planning to have their child in London, as far as I knew. I remembered the interview. I remember answering the obligatory question about how I was feeling about becoming a bua again, dismissing the one about what preparations we were making, expressing vitriol about the one whether I wanted a girl or a boy for them. Will they have the baby in London? The question had come out of the blue and I was bemused. Why would they want to have the baby in London? There was some furious scribbling and a furtive exchange of glances, and I hastily added, I have no idea what they're planning, and as far as I know, they aren't planning to have the baby in London. I ended with my most convincing, but what would I know, shrug. So the fact that the baby would not be born in London, or Bolivia, or Zimbabwe, or Mars for that matter, was major news. Any tiny detail or non-detail is major news. And some journalists will come up with the most ingenious ways to uncover these tidbits, as illustrated below by the line of questioning I am often subjected to. Whilst premiering the first episode of The Great Indian Home Makeover, a televised show on interior redecorating that I host. Question. Tell us about the show. Answer. It's a home makeover show where we surprise the homeowner and make over one room in the space of 48 hours. Question. Speaking of redecorating, how are you doing the baby's room in Safina's house? Whilst at a press conference for Balmain watches. Question. Tell us what you like about Balmain watches. Answer. They are stylish, elegant, and feminine. A woman's watch is more than a timepiece. It's a piece of jewelry, a style accessory. Question. Speaking of time, it's a happy time in the family with the baby coming. When is it due? Whilst at a store inauguration for a jewelry brand. Question. What is your favorite piece of jewelry? Answer. My engagement ring, for obvious reasons. Question. Speaking of rings, you will be ringing in the new year with a new family member. How will all of you spend New Year's Eve? Whilst promoting the film 31st October. Question. Tell us about the film and your role in it. Answer. It's a real-life story about a 1984 anti-Sikh riots, and I play a Sardarni. I have 3 children in the film. Question. Speaking of children. Okay, this one I can forgive. Whilst at a Femina Diva style contest. Question. What does style mean to you? Answer. Wearing your personality on your sleeve, being comfortable, confident, and carrying yourself in a way that makes you stand out. Question. Speaking of standing out, isn't Kareena setting new fashion trends with her baby bump? During a lifestyle interview. Question. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Answer. I don't plan that much ahead. I try not to live in the past or plan for the future. I live in the present. Question. Speaking of presents, what are you going to give the baby? Have you decided? During a press conference to announce Kunal and my production company, Renegade Films. Question. Why did you choose the name? Why did you choose your name, choose to name your company Renegade Films? Answer. Well, renegade means rebel. We liked that it stands for going against the grain, doing things differently. Question. Speaking of names, is it true they're naming their baby Safina? You get the drift. I calculated that the damage done in this instance was minimal, so I tossed my phone aside, took another sip of my coffee, and turned to the less alarming headlines of the national press.
हाय करीना या करीना जैसे कि आपने बुक पढ़ा इतना बहुत कुछ अच्छा लगा बुक में आपके सब इंतजार कर रहा तैमूर के बर्थडे के लिए क्या क्या कुछ तैयारी है
We ended it on a high. We ended it on a high.
please tell me that.
Yeah, that's. What did they want to know? What did they want to know? That was the last question. What did they want to know?
Sabah?
What was that? Please give it up for Saif Ali Khan again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for being here tonight. We're going to do the photo op now.
उधर चलना सोनी ले रे बराबर चल ले बाय बाय थैंक यू करीना मैम थोड़ा सा आगे है ना अरे करीना मैम करीना जी करीना मैम थोड़ा सा आगे है ना प्लीज करीना मैम भैया अरे दादा थोड़ा हट जाना करीना मैम आएगा यार अबे यार लिया गाड़ी अंदर से ये लोग इधर ये खलती बस थोड़ा खलती बस करीना मैम थोड़ा सा आगे है ना प्लीज आती रुक जा